To add fractions, you need a common denominator between the two of these fractions. The lowest number that both 2 and 3 will go into evenly is 6. You must multiply 2 by 3 to get 6. So therefore it's 1 times 3 to get 3. And then 3 times 2 is 6. So 4 times 2 is 8. 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 over 6 cannot be reduced, therefore it is 11 over 6. The common denominator between 2 and 5 will be 10. 2 times 5 is 10, so 7 times 5 is 35. 5 times 2 is 10. 6 times 2 is 12. Where did I get times 5 and times 2? Divide 10 by 5 to get 2. That's what you're multiplying by. Divide 10 by 2 to get 5. That's what you're multiplying by. Where did I get 10 from? It's the lowest number that 2 and 5 will go into evenly. 35 plus 12 is 47.
But could the red, white, and use
over
sleep report to the office?
10 is 47 over 10 for a final answer. The least common multiple is 15. Therefore, 3 times 5 is 15. So 1 times 5 is 5. And 5 times 3 is 15. So 1 times 3 is 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. Final answer is 8 over 15. Pick a number from 1 to 5. The winning numbers today are 2 and 4. Homework check is next. If you don't have all of the work that is necessary for the problems to arrive at an answer, don't bring it up here. Homework answers. Check these at your desk. Run down through and put a check mark if it's right and X if it's wrong. The answer to number 1 is 60. Number 2 is 120. Number 3 is 8. Number 4 is 11. 5 is 8. 6. What decimal place were you to round these to? The hundredths place. So 6 is 163.28. 7 is 620, or not 620, but 6,280. 8 should be 50.27 if you're rounding to the hundredths place. 9 is 34.56 if you're rounding to the hundredths place. 10 is 43.98 if you're rounding to the hundreds place. Extra credit answers. 1 is 64. 2 is 8. 3, if you're going to round to the hundredths place, should be 6.28. And 4 is 282.6. Today's objectives: to solve for the radius, height, and volume of a cylinder. Learning targets: to solve a formula for different variables. The formula for solving for the volume of a cylinder is the following. V equals pi r squared h. This is the radius. This is the height. We will use the pi button on the calculator. 3.14159 ... It goes on for a long time. And throughout this day, you're going to have to solve for not only V, but also R, and then H. In the first problem, we're simply solving for the volume. The volume is pi r squared h. In this problem, radius is 6 yards, the height is 12 yards. So you plug in what you know. Pi equals r squared times h, which is 12. And then go back and square the 6 to get 36. And from there, it should be a simple multiplication problem. In your calculator, you'll hit the pi button, and then times 36 and times 12. We will round the answers to the nearest hundredths place. So that would be 1,357.17 yards cubed. If you don't have the units on the end, it will be wrong. On a test, you can have possible answers of 1357.17 inches, yards, feet, millimeters, centimeters, some cubed, some not, some squared. The right answer would be this one. If you choose the wrong one or don't put it on there, it will not count. Example number 2. The radius in this one is 7 inches and the height is 15 inches. To find the volume, we must use this formula. Fill in the information that you know. R is 7. H is 15. Simplify the 7 squared to get 49. And from there, you simply put it in the calculator. Pi times 49 times 15. 2,309.07. And this will be inches cubed. Again, if you don't have the units on it, it will not count. Try this practice problem. Bonus number 1. Solution for the bonus should be 23 over 15. Solution for practice number 1. The volume equals pi r squared h. It must be pi times 3 squared times 12. That is the same thing as saying pi times 9 times 12. You can even do 9 times 12 to get 108 before you go and multiply by pi, which is done by using the pi button on your calculator and then times 108. What place are we rounding to? The hundredths place. So it's 339.29 centimeters cubed. If you do not have this exact number and these exact units, it will not count. Practice number 2. Bonus 3. 7/8 minus 1/4. Solution for the bonus should be 5 over 8. Solution for practice 2. 6 feet and 20 feet. That should be pi times 6 squared times 20. That is pi times 36 times 20. And if you multiply 36 times 20, you'll end up with 720. So now we need pi times 720. When you do that in your calculator, you'll come back with 2261.95 feet cubed. Extra credit problem number 1. Example number 3. In this case, you know the volume. You know the radius, but you don't know the height. You find that by plugging in all of the information that you have into this formula. First, write out the formula. Second, plug in everything that you know. We're missing h, so we just put h. What you must do to get h by itself, so you can solve for it, is to divide 400 by everything that is next to that h. So you're going to divide 400 by pi times 6 squared. That will give you the value of h. So in your calculator you can do 400 divided by, and then put a left-hand parenthesis down, hit the pi button, and then times 6 squared, put a right-hand parenthesis, just like it looks on the screen, except you have parentheses around the bottom. Hit enter, and you should come back with a value for h of 3.54, and this will be meters. It is not meters cubed because this is a measurement of length. It is the height of the cylinder. Example 5. In this case, you know the volume, it's 900. And you know the height, but you're missing the radius. Write out the formula, plug in what you know. We know 900 is the volume. We don't know R, but we do know H. Again, what you have to do to get a variable by itself is divide the left side by everything that is with that variable. So it would be 900 equals, or not 900 equals, but 900 divided by pi times 16. And that should be equal to R squared. The only difference now is that you must do another step after this, since you have a square. Do 900 divided by pi times 16 and come up with an answer of 17.904931. Leave that in your calculator. Don't round it. That is because you have a square on the R. And in order to figure out what R is by itself, you must do the square root of both sides. The square root of R squared is R. And then, of course, to find the square root of that decimal, you have to put it under a square root sign in your calculator. And when you do, it is 4.23. Homework for tonight.